Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money. I'm Tiara Williams. I'm also known as Miss Black Hollywood. And happy Friday, everybody. We made it through another week, and we are so excited that you are here with us. Happy Friday. Happy Black History Day, month, day. Actually, somebody actually prepared to tell us a Black History fact. I forgot to tell y'all that. Somebody in here, just make sure y'all. All right, welcome y'all. Welcome. Today we are talking about a topic that I found that I thought was really interesting. It's a little messy. It's emotional and it's going to hit home for a lot of people. A woman is saying that her boyfriend stood by her side and helped her heal after two brain surgeries, not one, but two. He was there and she was vulnerable and she couldn't do anything for herself. But now that she's recovered, she says she wants to leave him because he doesn't take her out on dates. So today we're going to talk about it. Gratitude, expectations, entitlement, and how people actually define love. Because some people believe love is romantic, some people believe that love is responsibility, and some believe that love is about consistency. So let's get into it. I can't have this conversation by myself, so I am joined with my lovely queens, my beautiful queens, my intellectually stimulating queens.
Wusa. So, so we have Micah, the creator, up in the house, and we have Miss Debra, the producer extraordinaire, up in the house, joining us in on our conversation. So, ladies, first, tell us, what do you think about what's going on with this whole thing here? Debra, we'll start with you.
Stimulating queens.
Oh,
Y'all
she
just really tried to call me. It's like I put on Do Not Disturb and people call you anyway. It's crazy. Okay. They should not allow people to be able to do that.
said.
I
Okay.
am joined by Yolanda Spivey, who is in Insurance to the Stars, Micah Smith, who is an AI expert, and Debra E. Williams, aka Debra Will Win on YouTube. All right, so let's get into this conversation, ladies. So first and foremost, we're just gonna do a round robin. We just gonna just see how the ladies feel about it. Debra, when you first heard about this story, what did you think? What was your reaction?
I felt like she's being selfish. Like somebody
Hmm.
helped you after a brain surgery, and because they're not taking you out on dates, you want to break up with them? Like, come on. Like, have some compassion. Show some
Hmm.
love. When you was down, somebody was there for you. They had their back. Have their
Hmm.
back.
Absolutely, I agree. Michael, what do you think?
I feel like both of them got a rude awakening because, truthfully, in media, we are only shown the romantic side of love and the glamorous, beautiful side of love. And when it comes to real relationships, they are nasty, they're ugly, and they're disgusting. And I feel like a lot of people are not necessarily prepared for that shock. Now, he did his job, right? But the sparkle and the appeal is gone because more than likely, if he took care of her during two brain surgeries, he saw more than what he actually wanted to see.
Mm,
That's different than just looking at an Instagram baddie and hoping and wishing that you could take her home, right? And so I kind of feel like what's actually needed here is real repair because she's going to get with somebody who hadn't seen her through that journey,
mm,
right? And then he can, get with somebody fresh and new, but that's not necessarily always the answer. The both of them have demonstrated that they could go through something, and now I kind of feel like they need some uh, direction or guidance to get their sparkle back.
mm. And we got to remember, this young lady is 24 years old. So this is not her frontal cortex is not her the frontal lobe is not at all developed yet. It's almost there, but it's not. She's not thinking clearly. Yolanda, what do you think?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm happy that you did mention that she's 24 years old. And that's just that. She hasn't been through anything but a tumor in her brain. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
your life circumstances set you up for how you want to be treated and what value you see in other people. So although her boyfriend may have provided a value that will be, very significant to someone in their 40s, is not
Mhm.
significant enough for someone only in their 20s. She hasn't been through life enough to know that what he did was so beautiful. Take like quitting his job, taking care of her, sacrificing himself in order for her to be, to get better. Where was her family?
Yeah.
He stepped in and took care of her, not her family, not anyone else. And now she wants to dump him over some dates. That just doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm a seasoned woman, so yeah, I value things more.
Yeah,
Than
it's
than dates.
yeah. Yes. And we have to also remember, like you just said, we keep saying this is her boyfriend. This is not her husband. This is somebody that truly loved her. And I hate to be the one. When I first saw the story, I was like, he the one, sis. He the one. You don't have to go
Yeah,
nowhere else. This is it. And it's hard because like you said, just not developed, not going through anything, not understanding, not have been through enough in relationship to understand what a man is supposed to do and what a good man looks like.
right.
It just reminds me of I see stories online like this all the time where a woman, took care of a man and held him down through whatever. Some people do it through the ministry of prison, all types of things. And then when the guys come home, they leave. Oh, I've seen all kinds of things, but rarely do I see a man
Yeah,
that'll stand 10 toes down. And I love that this is the story of it's flipped, and we're not saying because she took care of him and held him down and now he want to leave her. I'm glad it's the other way around. And we
yeah.
get to see a good example of a good black man, a good young black man. So let's get into our first video so we can just see exactly what happened.
Your partner is amazing. Like, he's amazing emotionally, physically. Earlier this year, I had to have 2 brain surgeries. He stayed with me in the hospitals. He even washed my butt some of the times.
Damn.
But he wasn't working for a couple of months, and I'm 24 now. So I basically feel like I'm just real grown, and I just want to know, like, how long.
Tell me more about this 24 grown.
How long what?
That's not me talking, that's the crowd. So what's your question?
Basically, like, we haven't been out on any dates or anything recently, and I just want to know, like, how long do I wait before I feel appreciated?
Hold on. This dude wipe your ass and you care about dates? Are you kidding me? You know what women would trade for that? You know you have a good man if you stick to you.
And you don't feel appreciated.
You don't feel appreciated.
This is at the point that we have to acknowledge people's capacities. Because while you were in your season of being taken care of, he was the one doing the nursing back to health, right? And he could probably still be trying to regain his capacity for himself after spending his year taking care of you.
Exactly.
And as you've gotten able to be better and, I feel better now, I want to go on dates, he's trying to process what he just went through. So instead of you saying, how do I get to the space of me feeling appreciated, what have you done to show appreciation to your man for just nursing you back to health?
I gratitude. Some gratitude.
You said that you're 24 and you're grown, right? I think this is exactly where you showing your age at.
Yep, I agree.
I want to offer that you learn the signs of a good man.
And you got one. You got one.
Because if you don't, you will become an of-age, mature woman that looks back at him and his wife and his family, and you say, I really done.
Yeah, I really. But you can't, I don't know if you can tell somebody that, without having, you can't tell them. You can tell them, but you can't get them to get it. Micah, I see your face. I saw. I love Micah's face. I love video shows with Micah because let me tell you, the face is always saying something, and I'm always like, what? Micah, what are your thoughts on this? What you just saw?
That video was deep. I'm
was.
not gonna even lie. It was really deep, and everything that they said was right. And I feel like I called it. What they went through was traumatic. He was wiping her tail.
Mm-hmm. Is she frozen? She was wiping her tail. Is she frozen? She's frozen.
Yeah, she's frozen.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna let her come back and because she was about to get it popping.
Yeah, she was about to get it popping.
She was about to get okay. Here we go. You unfrozen.
It looks like me and Yolanda were spinning, but right. So That it's basically what I said. Like, he was wiping her tail, so now he has to sit back and actually contemplate, that. As someone myself who's been through a relationship or marriage, right, where I was dealing with just really extenuating health circumstances. Okay, my spouse saw a lot. It was hard on him, really, really hard. And I know our vows sometimes say, like, for sickness and health. And after you see certain things, it is hard to see somebody the same way, even after they clean up, because some things enter your mind and they don't exit. And that's just kind of, for the most part, where they are at. And so, yeah, maybe she does need a little bit of time by herself so that she can realize it's hard out here sometimes to get these dudes to even take you for a steak dinner. It's hard out here to get these dudes to even rub your back when it hurts. They don't even want to rub your, they don't even want to rub your back, right? Like, they don't want to do nothing. They don't want to nurse you, nothing. And here it is. This man said, hey, you know what? I'm going to be here because I see value in you as a human being and not necessarily an object that's just here for my pleasure and my enjoyment. So she needs to see some things.
So
she sounds very
Debra,
narcissistic.
you know what? It's interesting. You say that, right? I saw that in the comments, like, oh, she's a narcissist. But it really made me think about love languages themselves and how people receive and give love. Like, some people are, they need words of affirmation and physical touch. Other people need gifts and to receive certain things and acts of kindness to show that they are loved. And even if you give, I'm gonna keep giving you words of affirmation, but if that's not the way you receive love, it's gonna be annoying, right? You're gonna be like, oh my God, he's always talking about these goddamn, I just want a gift,
What if her ego is bruised, right? Because women have egos too. And what if she's like feeling like shame and embarrassment from what she has gone through with him, and now that she's better, now she's looking for more affirmation that she's still beautiful, still attractive, still sexy, still valuable after having to deal with a situation like that. Because like you said, where was her family, right? They didn't step in. He did.
Right.
And so it could be, even when she's thinking like, okay, I think I want to step out and go be with somebody else, she's looking for somebody to affirm that she's still that girl. A lot of times the same way that men do as well. I don't think that she's narcissist. I think that what she is going through and expressing is actually very human, even though it's immature.
Yeah, I was laid up in a hospital.
Immature.
I'm gonna come to you, Yolanda. But thinking about that, you absolutely brought up a great point, Micah. Somebody's been if you've been laying in a hospital bed, somebody's been wiping your behind. You've been feeling, your hair ain't done, your breath stink, whatever it is, right? When because it's not pretty, it's not sexy by any stretch of the imagination. You get up out of bed, and like you said, something shifts in the relationship. And I know C. White was asking, like, what kind of things, what do you mean by things that enter your mind and never exit? So I'm wondering, Yolanda, if you can answer that question. What things, I want your response, A, and then can you think of some things that may enter someone's mind and never exit after they've gone through something that's traumatic?
So my response was this. Yeah, she is very young. She hasn't experienced much in life. This man has and I kind of forgot one of my points, but it was like kind of piggybacking off of what Micah had said. But yeah, I'm just going to go to the second part. There are some things that people will see in relationships that will kind of damage them. For instance, I don't think men should see childbirth, because sometimes when they see childbirth and they look at the bottom of their woman's vagina in that state, it will just knock them out cold. They just don't understand what's going on, and that image will always be planted in their mind. I've known some guys who, after seeing childbirth, they left their wives because they just did not want to deal with what they saw. So things like that will definitely harm some people, and I know that's kind of crazy. And just seeing somebody throwing up or pooping on themselves and things like that. There's something that's so natural. But for someone who doesn't have a evolved mindset, they will find that disgusting. Some
That's
men don't
ridiculous.
even understand that women bleed once a month. Okay. And so when she's on her period and he may be around, he doesn't understand what that is. So if he's immature, he would leave. See, that's why I love me a country man, because he done seen some things out there in the woods. And so some men can understand that we're all in the animal, kingdom. So, but anywho,
Yeah, I think
there
that's
are some things that
yeah.
men just can't, or and women too. And women too. If they do not have an evolved mindset, they will think everything is disgusting. They will look at that person as disgusting if that person shows any type of human function.
Yeah, I think
So
I think that's ridiculous. I mean,
it
not
is.
that what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, because life is real. Like, we're
It
in real
is.
life. This is not the
Yeah.
internet where everything is sexy and perfect and polished. Like, real life is real life. And
We're
so,
organic beings.
yeah,
Things are
so
going to
so
happen.
right, right, right. Life is gonna happen. Life may happen to you, and
Right.
you may be in a situation where you find yourself somebody needing to rub you, and you like, I don't understand. I just think that's immature thinking.
It is.
I definitely I can imagine Lauren's father saying like, ew, ew. Like I'd have been like, you gotta. It would immediately would have been like, okay, this is not a grown man. This is somebody that is obviously like there's some issue with them. But
Yep.
Debra, I want to know what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts after seeing the video?
After seeing the video and thinking about some of the scenarios that I've been in my life, there had come a time where, I had to take care of my brother, and he was in a nursing home facility, and some of his friends were there. And I was like, okay, guys, like he had a stroke. So he was very limited to what he could do. He actually was wearing like, the pins and things like that. And I was like, the nurse didn't come quick enough. And I was like, he was like, I got to get changed. I got to get changed. I was like, you know what? Let me get the gloves. Here I go into action. And his boys were sitting there and they was like, we need a sister like you in our lives. Like, you willing to do the work. And I was like, listen, like, I understand they're short staffed, but I don't want my brother sitting here, and he needs to be changed. So I'm going to do it.
Exactly.
And so the even to this day now that my brother's much better, they're like, oh man, you still got that, like it's in our brain what you did for your brother. And he was like, somehow women wouldn't do that for us. And I was like looking at them like, really? Like,
Yeah.
are y'all serious? And then another time, when I was going through my divorce, we had not moved out of our house yet, and my ex-husband had gotten sick. And he had shoulder surgery, and I got stressed from the shoulder surgery. He had shingles, and he needed like lotion put on his back. And I'm like, we going through a divorce. Like, what? But I applied that lotion, and I was like, I hope he gets well really quick because I don't want to. But I did it. And so I learned that my love language is definitely acts of service, acts of love, not so much where I need affirmation like, oh my God, you're beautiful, oh my God, this or that. It's just because I'm a doer. So I want to get it done, and that's the way I show love, but I learned his was more affection. And I wasn't, not that I am affectionate, but I'm not affectionate to the point what he wanted. I guess he really wanted someone that was more doting on him, waiting to, I thought I was serving well, but I guess wasn't serving well enough with the doting as well. I felt like if I did it, like, you should love it. That's it. And so, now that I know that about myself, that, that next person, I got to know that they accept what I do. So that's what she should have
I
found out.
think I think that's what relationships are about. I'm gonna come back to you, Micah, being that you have been married before. Was there, even in your previous relationship, was that an issue, like a love language, kind of like, but not love language. First of all, what is your love language? And did you find that like you had to really pay attention to your partner's love language and just basically for that to work? Do you think that's important in a relationship?
I do think it's important in a relationship. My love language is provision, straight up, above above everything else. Okay?
I know that's right.
Right.
Girl.
At the time, and at the time, my partner's love language, uh, I think for him it was really acts of service. He was like really big on servitude. So seeing me just kind of service my career a lot of times more than I was actually servicing him was an issue. But, and of course that happens, when there's like a financial misalignment and stuff like that. And there was, so,
Mm-hmm.
it caused problems. It was just kind of like, okay, so you cannot see, you want me to be your maid, but you don't see I'm working so hard, I need one. You
Yeah.
don't, myself, you don't see, yes, you are doing 8 hours and coming home, but I'm doing 16
Yeah.
at home. So, there's that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can see that. What about you, Yolanda? What is your love language? And, I know you've been in a long-term relationship. What do you think was the thing that you guys didn't see in one another, or the thing that drew you away?
Yeah, my love language is money. Okay. And like Micah said, provision. I'm sorry. I like to be taken care of. This is real life. I like a certain type of lifestyle. I don't want to live a certain type of lifestyle, and I want to live good. And so that was one of the reasons why my child's father and I were separate, because it wasn't really our love language was off. It
Mm.
was how we saw life was off. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted a house, he wanted an apartment. You know what I'm saying? I wanted this and he wanted that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting good things in life. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's some people who are very comfortable just living below the means and the threshold. So that's what really broke us up, to be honest with you, also our work ethic. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I love making money. I love, doing things and investing and stuff like that. He wasn't into things like that. So it's kind of hard being in a household with someone whose money mindset is way different than yours.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to mesh together. It's just hard to mesh. So that's what really. But mine is yes, take care of me, buy me something.
Yeah. So
Like
yours is
presents.
gifts. Gifts. Yeah. You like to. Yeah. I
Cash at
probably
me.
was. Yeah. Right. That's so funny. Cash at me. Give me a gift.
That's right.
Um. I would probably say, in a situation like this, and I hear what you ladies are saying, and it's like I want to definitely be taken care of, and I think it's important, but I don't know if money is all the things,
Of
right?
course
Because a
not.
man you can absolutely have money and he could not be paying attention to you. You have all the things. You have the home. I have so many girlfriends, especially that live in this town, that are in relationship with ball players and doctors and lawyers and all these different things, celebrities, and they spend a lot of time alone in a big house
Mm-hmm.
getting gifts and things. And so I wouldn't necessarily want that either, right? Like I look and
I
be like, damn,
do.
this house looks is beautiful. And you look beautiful. You have all the aesthetics. You have time to go work out and do all of these things. You have time, but you don't have love. You don't have like it's not it's just like it's two
You know what,
trains
T?
passing in the night, huh?
Some women can deal with that. Like, okay, I do love. I'm a lover girl. Okay, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't know that's not a popular thing to say right now because the state of the world. But I
Me
am a
too.
lover girl. I love being in love. I love all that other good stuff. But there are some women who can sit in the house like that and not really care about what that man is doing, as long as he is providing for her, and she gets her kicks and love and everything through her friends and family.
She don't
She
love that
doesn't.
man. She love what he can do for her. She don't love that man.
Yeah, and there's a lot of women that are like that out there.
Absolutely, there are. I think there's a lot of women. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Let's
Yeah.
let's let's look at this video about love languages. I brought it up because I wanted to just see what you all thought of it. But let's look at what somebody else says. It's just actually a short video. Here we go.
are you differently? Like, for example, if I was dating somebody and I had 2 brain surgeries, that person was right there with me through thick and thin, you would think that person valued you, right?
I think love language still matter, even if it's in a crisis, right? Caregiving and romance are not interchangeable.
I would be crushed if after the brain surgery, doing the sickness and health, you hit me with the Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately?
When people say like y'all be doing marriage shit, but be having marriage expectations and then don't be married.
So even the idea of that, come on. I love that. Go ahead, Micah, go ahead.
Keep in mind, we might not have the full story straight up, right? Okay, and I'm just going to give an example from my previous situation. I got married. I was helped through my health conditions. I was told, you could come here. All you have to do is stay home for a year and get better. And I needed that. It took a little longer than a year, but after a year, I finally did, start kind of like working from bed and bringing home like some income. So I didn't just sit on my behind. I was helped with rehabilitation. I appreciate it. Today, we're not together. We're divorced. Why? Because he's an asshole. All right. So we might not. And sometimes people are like that. Before he got with me, he previously worked in a nursing home. He was in ministry. So was taught to have a lot of compassion, and sometimes people are compassionate out of obligation, or they feel, I learned a word this past week, moral blackmail, where it's like, oh, if I don't do this, or if I don't operate like this, and I don't want to be seen as the bad guy or whatnot, right? All while knowing they're like, yeah, I'm doing the actions, but I'm emotionally checked out. And it's very possible that her dude could be emotionally checked out, which is why he might not be, actively doing anything with her or whatever, and just kind of waiting for her to kind of get the message. Like, I want you gone. Because women, at the same time, keep in mind too, women are responders, right? Like, we put back a lot of times what's put into us. And I think that the 2 minutes that she had to speak didn't explain everything. She said, I'm not feeling beautiful. I'm not feeling appreciated. So, I'm not being good. So what's going on?
But at the beginning of the video, she was like, beginning of the video, she said, I love he's wonderful. He's a wonderful man. He's emotionally available. He's physically amazing. She said all the things. Okay. This man is amazing. And sometimes I think, let's get into it. Like, sometimes, like, women cannot be satisfied. Like, they can literally have the world. I have friends who be like, I am so happy in my marriage. I love my marriage, but I would sneak off and just for the thrill of it, have like a little side situation, just cause. Not because there's something wrong with anybody at home, but literally in the last like month or so, I've heard a friend say that and been like, but there's nothing wrong. Like, we're actually in the best place we've ever been. It's like, I just think that to me, when I was listening to her talk, I was like, women are crazy. They're crazy.
Some people like crazy though, T.
Huh?
Some people like crazy.
No, I don't even mean like crazy in a sense. I'm just saying you didn't have enough. Like, enough isn't enough, right? It was never enough. They just need a little bit more. Debra, I'm gonna come to you. What do you think about that? Like, the idea that women maybe just like, you can give me the sun, moon, and stars and the mountains, and it's still not enough.
Adrenaline rush. They like that new. They like that new. Like, I know. In the beginning of a relationship, you have that euphoria, you smiling all the time, people telling you you're glowing. It's that new from ATL. Hey, new. Like,
I really think that this girl is going to go through some things in life, and she's going to start appreciating what he did for her when she gets older. I'm telling you, that is something that only like really an older woman can appreciate. When you're younger, you do want to go out, you do want to have fun, you do want to do these things, and if you're not doing that for her, I can see why she may be pissed off. Maybe they should break up, and maybe she should get what she wants and maybe experience other men out there that will take her on dates but may not be attentive, or will run if she has another ailment or something like that. She needs to experience that so she'll know what's valuable for her, because obviously she doesn't know what's really valuable for her. So
Yeah. What about people that are doing married things and not married? Boyfriend. Do you think that him staying and kind of being her ride or die, and them not
Why did
being
he stay?
married? Huh?
Why did he stay? Because I really am like trying to figure out why did he stay, right? This is is he her age? What type of money was coming into the household where he can just quit his job and tend to her? Was it a break from him so he didn't have to go to work, and he figured like tending to her would be much easier than going out there working a 9 to 5? Like, why did he stay? There's so many unanswered questions in my
I would
head.
think because he loved. If you wipe somebody's ass, you love them. There's not. I mean, the same reason why you. I mean, I would think
But
like there's not. You
people on
don't.
my
That's not
okay,
easier than going
have
and
you
getting a
ever seen my
job.
600-pound life?
Yeah,
Every
but
last
Yolanda, taking care of being somebody's caretaker and going and working a shift, going to work a shift is much easier than wiping somebody's behind. Like,
but on my
or
600-pound life, they do it all the time so they can have a place to stay, so they can have a place so they don't have to go to work. They do this all the time. Every last one of them chicks on my 600-pound life got a man. Okay,
see,
every
y'all not
last one
about
of
to
them.
make this
And
man
the
that she
reason
called
why is because
amazing.
those men are there because they have a place to stay. They don't mind wiping some ass. They don't mind washing her up. Okay, they don't mind none of that nasty shit because they know they got a place to eat and a place to stay. All right.
I'm saying that's not what
She's
that
right.
lady said. She said, I have a boyfriend that was amazing. I'm not gonna
For
let
his
y'all
job.
twist this black
Listen
man
to
Sounds
it.
like
narrative and make him just
T,
a
sounds like a hobo. He sounds like
like
a
a
yeah,
hobo.
hobo.
yeah. T, listen
Micah.
to what she said at the beginning. She said he quit his job to take care of her.
Yes, because he loved her ass. What
So where was
you
the
mean?
other income
Wait a
coming
minute.
from? Where was the money
Her.
coming
It
from?
I'm
was
not gonna
her.
make y'all
It
make
was
this
her
black man a hobo.
place.
Go ahead.
It was her
Yolanda
place,
is onto
Micah.
something.
Micah.
Yo, I just
Yolanda,
said
no,
it
It
was
was
her
her
listen.
place. He
place.
was a
Oh
hobo,
my
son.
God.
That's why he ain't got no money right now to take her out. We just
She,
cracked it
she's
open.
onto
You
something.
hit it on the
Yeah.
head. Yes.
No.
I have seen men go above and beyond to help secure their futures. They're not
Thank
building,
you.
they're not building and providing futures. They're doing things to secure
A
their
future.
futures. Because will you see how done up she was? What type of money did she make before she had to go through that issue?
Thank you. That's what
Right?
I'm
There's
thinking.
provision somewhere.
Thank you.
So will they come in and pay the price? Yes. And then not do anything else. It happens all the time.
Yep.
Let me
And
watch
then we're
this
told
video
like,
one
oh,
more
well, he's
time from the
coming with
beginning.
emotional
Yeah,
love.
go
We should
hear
just
her
be
then.
taken. We should
Let me
dang.
let me play the
Sorry.
video one more time. I just
It's
want
all
to
good.
because I
That's
need
right,
to go back
Michael.
and because y'all not gonna turn this black man into a hobo who don't love the woman. He just needs somewhere to stay when this man genuinely love this lady. All right, let's see.
We just broke it down, girl. We just broke it down. Okay.
Let's see. I need to watch the first minute one more time.
If your partner is amazing, like he's amazing emotionally, physically. Earlier this year, I had to have 2 brain surgeries. He stayed with me in the hospitals. He even washed my butt some of the times.
Damn.
But he wasn't working for a couple of months, and
Okay, he's
I'm
taking care of
24
you.
now. So I basically feel like I'm just real grown, and I just want to know, like, how long.
Tell me more about this 24
How
grown.
long what?
That's not me talking, that's the crowd. So what's your question?
Basically, like, we haven't been out on any dates or anything recently, and I just want to know, like, how long do I wait before I feel appreciated?
Hold on. This dude wipe your ass. And you care about
Say
this?
it.
Are you kidding me? You know what women would trade for that?
Okay, now I understand.
Her ass sound like a brat. I don't care what y'all say. No
Okay, she
hobo.
sounds like a brat, but he also sounds like he took advantage of the situation as well too. He's not working and he is with this girl. Okay, now I understand. It's not like he went with her in her house and took care of her. She said that he took care of her while she was in the hospital recovering from the surgery. So we don't know what their living situation was, but yeah, at this point it doesn't sound like he was taking care of her 24/7, 7 days a week. That was in my mind when I first heard the clip. I'm thinking he was like her primary caregiver. It wasn't that. This young man needs to find a job and take care of this young lady. the way she wants to be taken care of. And I'm not talking about with her bills, T. I ain't talking about all that. I'm just saying, if she want a steak dinner, take her to Ruth Chris, get her steak dinner. What is wrong with that?
Take her ass to, let her figure it out. Not me taking care of you for nearly a year and you like,
she didn't
when
say
am I gonna
nearly
feel
a year.
She
She
did
said,
in the video. She didn't. I can't play the whole thing, but she did.
She
If
said
he quit his job, what do
earlier
you?
this year, I was in the hospital. That's what she said
Yeah, but we
earlier.
don't know. Yeah, because she had 2 brain surgeries, so she was in hospital, Yolanda. And even probably, like, I'm just saying, I don't know the time. I'm just saying in the video, we can't play the whole video, but he took care of her. Period. Like he held her down. Period. There's no other way you can be like, oh, he saw her that she was in the
He
hospital and was like,
did.
let me quit my job. He held her
He did
down.
held her down, but the fool didn't have a job either. So he probably did have time to hold her down. That's another thing. He had time. So if this man was working a full-time job, maybe the situation would have been a little bit different. Maybe he wouldn't have had time to go see her or any of those things. We don't know. But yes, he did hold her down. It probably was easier to hold her down than to go find a job.
I hate that point. I hate when you say that. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Go,
Quit his
Micah.
job. He said he
Because I
quit
feel
his
like you
job.
trolling me right now,
He had
Yolanda. If I was in front of you, I'd fight you, sis.
he
Not
had a
really. Not
job.
really. Not really.
He said
Go
it.
ahead, Micah. What were you about
He
to
said he
say?
had a job. He quit his job.
I don't even know. We probably need to have a conversation off camera because there's stuff I'm not about to release on Fly to Be a Queen. Okay.
Release it, girl. Release it. We need to hear it.
Y'all crack me up. Deborah, can you help me talk some sense into these 2 young ladies, please?
She said he had a job. She did say that. He had a job. And he quit the job to help her.
Let her talk, Yolanda.
He quit the job to help her. So he had a job. So he's employable. We know he's employable, right? We know he's employable. And maybe perhaps the economy changed in a year, which is changing, forever changing now, that he can get that good job he had. She had, FMLA. Maybe she had things lined up, good insurance where she could stay out of work, still pay the bills, and he take care of her. They should have just got him to get paid to take care of her, and then he would have had some money to take her out. That's what he should have did.
Listen, take her and put her out. She's talking about when can I start feel appreciated? When can he start feel appreciated? That's why, you know how you can tell when she was like, as they were telling her, she was like, you right. You right. That's how you know. She wasn't like, no, because he's a bomb, and no. She was like, you right.
She ought to be grateful she's alive.
You're right.
She should be grateful she's alive. What
She
about
was
I was going to
checked.
say that. She should be grateful that she is alive. That's more important than anything.
More important than anything.
surgeries? Come
Y'all
on.
Let's go to this next video, y'all.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
can't
He still need a job.
She need a job. Take him on a date. You know what? If somebody took care of me and wiped my behind, baby, I'm gonna take you on a date because you were there and you held it down. I'm not saying forever, but if you want to go outside, create an avenue to go outside. We can go on cheap dates. Like sometimes when you just want to jumpstart a man, you can just kind of lead him into the thing that you want, and he'll pick up that cue if he loves you. And to me, and I just believe that he loved her. In order to do something like that for a person and be there with them and hold them down, they gotta love you. They gotta
Yeah,
really
you
like
do.
see themselves, especially a man, y'all. This is not a woman. We're not talking about women or just hold it down. But men gotta be, they gotta be in it to do something like that. So ain't no obligation. If he ain't feel he could have just been like, I'm out of here. Like, you sick and I can't take it. This is way too much for me. Let's watch this next video where a young man is saying videos like this make us believe that we should fear women, basically.
How long do you wait before you feel appreciated? He quit his own goddamn job just to take care of you for a whole motherfucking year. Do you know how grateful that is? And how grateful you need to be for somebody to be with you while you had a brain surgery for a year? Like, do y'all even females value things anymore? And now he doesn't even take you on a date due to the fact that he took care of you for a whole year, that he hasn't worked. And then he ain't been able to be romantic as he used to. And now you're saying, how long do you need to be for you to stay in that relationship? Do you even hear yourself speaking? That's crazy. That's real crazy. Why would I need to be taking care of you for a year and you gonna pay me this way? Is this how this generation is about? Man, y'all stay focused, bro. If it was you, what would you have done? Comment down below.
That's a great question. If it was you and you had brain surgery and somebody held you down and took care of you, what would you have done?
As
I'll
a
start with
seasoned
you.
woman, I would appreciate that. See, I don't know what I would have done in my 20s. I was 20, you know. Now that I'm in my 40s, I would really, really appreciate that. I would value that person who has taken their time to take care of me. But see, T, now that we know that he didn't have a job, I'm sorry, I keep bringing it up. There's so many more layers to this. We don't know if this man did not want to work, and so yes, he took his time to take care of her instead of going to get a job. You know, she could have easily had other family members taking care of her. We don't know that.
She could have easily, then they would have done it. And so he stepped up because he was a man. Micah.
He had nowhere to go.
Okay. Here's how I'm gonna call the whole situation. He's not the right person for her. Straight up.
Exactly. Straight up.
Because if he were her person, even though he did what he didn't know he wasn't her person, but she knows, then this wouldn't even be a question, right? So clearly that there's some type of base need that wasn't being met beforehand and is also not being met now. This would never come into question if he was him for her. And so I know she went through this situation, but does that mean that she owes him like long-term unhappiness and dissatisfaction and unfulfillment just because he was there? The answer is no, right? She's checking her heart, her nervous system, her energy, and she's like, it's not here for me. Because if that was him, she'd be like, we could make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and sit on the floor and watch Netflix and eat them while you recoup your finances and your energy, baby. We don't have to go anywhere. He's not it. And that's just what it comes down to.
Exactly.
That's true. That's true. But he's gonna dodge a bullet. Because I'm today I'm not going to jump
He
on the
dodged the bullet
bandwagon and be
too.
like he don't got no job because he held her down. That's
He
it.
dodged the bullet too because he
That's
ain't got
it.
no job.
That is all. She started out the conversation saying he is an amazing partner. He is he's emotionally intelligent, is physically great, whatever. Whatever. That's what she said. Right?
He's
I'm not
convenient.
so that means that if he's an amazing human being, right? But I hear what you're saying, Micah. If she doesn't feel appreciated, there's something that they may have been lacking, but they're also 24.
Can I
So
tell you something,
24-year-olds having it all together is not a real thing. Like that's not real. Men who are 44 don't have it all together. Yes, Yolanda.
just got to say, you know why this hits home a little bit? Because when I was 19, I was homeless. Okay. My child's father took care of me when I was homeless because even though I couldn't live with him, I had to sleep in my car. He would bring me blankets, he would bring me food, he would do a lot of great things for me. So, what happened was I felt I didn't have an outlet like this young lady did. Okay. Where you felt kind of trapped in the relationship because you feel like you owe somebody something. Okay. My child's father did not want to work. Maybe this is why I still keep like harping on the job thing because this fool just did like he would be in and out of jobs and things like that, you know. And so when I finally got on my feet, I always felt obligated to him because he did that for me. He took care of me while I was homeless, but still, on the flip side of the thing, he just couldn't stay employed when he was younger. And I'm like, my man, bills need to be paid. So I kind of like feel her a little bit. You know, just because someone did something good for you doesn't mean that you're obligated to them forever. In my young head, I thought I was. But as I got older and we grew older together, and I saw that our just our outlook on life wasn't aligned. I just knew that that's when I left, because girl, you know some of the story that I've been through. But yeah, so yeah, Micah, you were absolutely correct. They need to leave. They are not on the same plane or anything like that. But this story does hit kind of close to home in an off way for me. Yeah, he needs a job.
He is dodging a bullet, girl. Go
He's
on
dodging a
about
bullet
your
too.
go on about your life, girl. Micah, do you want to respond to that?
She's dodging a bullet too, girl.
Yeah, again, like they're both not right for each other. Right? Someone commented, and I said like he's not it, and someone said she's not it. Right? Well, it's kind of
Goodbye.
sometimes this is how you know. And thank God it happened before they had both legally signed on a dotted line, and things are really complex as far as like separating. So I think that they both can kind of look at this lesson and maybe walk away cleanly, and everyone's right. We don't know the extra situation or more to the story or whatnot. But I feel like if she stays, she is going to continue to be unhappy. And sometimes women can be pretty vocal and like let people know how they feel. Do they always listen? No, that happens too. Sometimes women don't listen when a man is saying and telling us, "You're not it," and they be like, "But I do this and this and this and this. Why don't you see like I'm great?" Well, clearly there's something missing. So they have to sit with that and figure it out.
Absolutely true.
Okay, so let me go to one. Is this our last video? Let me go to our last video and I'll hit some stats and we'll do a Black History fact. Who's teaching a Black History fact today? Yolanda, you look like you want to do it. Find something to teach us. Thanks. All right,
you
here
don't
we
want to
go.
know my Black History fact.
Oh my God. I do want to know your Black History fact. All right, here we go. Let's watch this last video.
Podcast and told them people proudly that her boyfriend helped nurse her back to health after 2 brain surgeries, cleaned her, wiped her ass. And now that she's feeling all better and feeling grown at 24, she trying to figure out how long she got to stay with him until she can feel appreciated, because they haven't been going on dates because his money kind of slow right now. And they were so graceful to her while also getting in her ass. Because me, I would have said, bitch. And that's why I can't be on no podcast. Because I would have said, bitch, what do you mean? You don't feel appreciated? He wiped your ass. After calling her said bitch, I then would have asked her, is this way of thinking the result or the aftermath of having 2 brain surgeries? And so you can see why I don't have a podcast. Anyway, blessings to her.
I would have said, bitch.
Bitch.
Wait a minute though. Here's what I look at. Black women in our relationships, and a lot of the times our communities and the companies that we work for, we are figuratively wiping the ass of everybody around us. Okay. Yep. We are coming through, we are cleaning up all types of messes. And let's not act that a lot of times we are in relationships for a long time, giving our absolute best without getting back what we have invested. And then when the other person is like ready to just kind of walk away or not give us what we were looking for when we stepped into the situation, people coddle them and they're like, it's okay. That just wasn't right for you. Right. So I honestly feel like we're being a little bit too hard on we're being a little bit too hard on this woman. Like,
yeah,
he
I
is an
softened up
amazing
with her.
partner. He is an amazing partner, emotionally, physically.
and
Is
so are many of
amazing.
us.
That's what she said. And she said all the things. And as they were telling her to appreciate this man, she could not be like, no, because he don't love me. He don't show me no love. All she said was, I want to go on a date. If that don't feel superficial and like you've been looking at the internet to me, then I don't know what else, right? Like we tend, what I notice with men, and shout out to the good black men that will hold it down, because we get on here and we not bash black men, but we act like black men, there's like always some type of suspicious like criminal activity. Like if he ain't holding it down, he quit his job for you, that mean that he's trying to be a hobo or a bum or whatever. And I just know that all black men are not that way. And I'm not saying that we are saying that he is today. Right? I know y'all love black men up in here. But what I'm saying is that black women do fucked up shit too. I'm saying that a lot of black women will have a good man at home and be looking at blogs and looking at DeVal and Kadeen and all these Christy and Desmond or whoever, and be like, why I don't have a relationship like that? That's the kind of relationship that I want. I know women like that. I know women who I've heard it say out of their own mouth when they have a good man at home that, you know what I mean? Like a good man. And so I'm going to just say that I think that it sounds like this young lady has been looking at the internet and comparing her relationship to the relationships that she's seeing around him, which around her, which I think happens all the time. Debra, what do you think about that? I mean, that's what it feels like to me, y'all. That's what it feels like to me. It doesn't feel like he's fucked up and whatever. And for that reason, I say that she doesn't deserve him if she's looking around going, why my relationship ain't like this or that. Like, if just grow into, I don't know. I agree with what they're saying. Is she gonna get older and be like, damn, here's this good man I had and I lost him and I fucked up. And here we are, single in my 40s or whatever age she'll be, kind of looking for what she had. Debra, I'm sorry. Go ahead. What you think?
He's a good man, Savannah.
Savannah.
He's a good man, Savannah.
Savannah.
He ain't got no job though.
He is a good man, Savannah. What is he doing wrong? What is he doing wrong? He's cleaning. He's cooking. He's doing all the things. He's doing the laundry. He's even cleaning you. Like, what, Savannah? What more do you want, Savannah?
He wants him to have a job so he can take her out on dates.
I'm going to be honest. This world does not have the capacity to hold a black woman's unhappiness. Straight up.
Yep.
It does not have the capacity to hold any of our dissatisfaction. It doesn't have the capacity to hold our expectations nor our standards.
Yeah.
Okay. And nobody is running to necessarily meet them. So absolutely, they're going to tell her kind of based on that nobody is running to meet our standards, needs, and expectations. Hey, well, since he did like the basics, you should take that percentage, right? And maybe ignore the rest of it, because it is pretty rough for us, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The basics, and I'm not your husband. I'm wiping your ass, and I'm not your husband. The basics.
So T, when I was out there,
to health after 2 brain surgeries is the basics. Okay, I hear y'all coming. I'm holding it down, young man, wherever you are. I'm holding it down for you on this panel, because these ladies is not gonna talk about you this way.
We heard care and not provision. We heard care and not provision. You know what? Care is free. A lot of times, it is.
It is. What T? Listen, I understand where you're coming from. Okay, with this young man, I really do.
We do.
But this man does not work, and I know I keep bringing up the job situation, but bills need to be paid. You know, and I think in her head too, she could long term see herself taking care of this man. I'm telling you, I was almost in the same similar situation. My child's father was caring, loving, all those good things. Look, he took care of me while I was homeless in that damn car. All right, giving me blankets and food. All right, he still didn't have a job. So when everything was out And I got myself out of that situation. Here I am looking at him with no job. That's not providing. That's still not providing. Now he's really not providing for me. Yes, he had all the time in the world to take care of me in that car because he didn't have anything else going for him on the other side. And when I got older, I felt like I needed to always be with him for the rest of my life because he did that one good gesture for me. I see things now a different way now that this show has evolved. Okay. That young lady deserves any and everything that she wants in this lifetime. Bottom line, let her have
He
it.
is an
Life will
amazing
give her.
partner and an amazing partner
Mhm.
emotionally, physically, and just an amazing
I
partner.
had
I'm gonna
that
hold
too.
on. I'm gonna hold on to that. She didn't say he was a bum who didn't have a job. She's not saying that he. I'm just saying. I understand. I
She said that
understand.
he
She
hasn't
didn't say
worked
he
in.
didn't have no job. She didn't say he wasn't paying a bill. She said he's not taking me on dates. That's what she said. Let's
He
let's
probably
put
lives
it
at home
there.
with his mama. You know, they
Listen,
probably live in separate households. We don't know the
Tara,
whole fullness of this story. Maybe we should have her on the show too. You need to look
yes,
her up.
you
He
should.
gonna go reach out to
Explain
her.
herself.
What she say,
People
babe?
can nicely not give you what you ask for.
Thank you, Micah.
Straight up. They can nicely not get, they can keep their cool, calm,
Thank you.
composure, kindness, all of that while bypassing your needs.
Thank you.
They can nicely piss you off. They can nicely waste your time. Okay.
Thank you.
And
He
cuddle you and hug you and kiss you all through it. And also keep in mind that nobody is getting on social media and talking about the bad, a lot of times the bad, or even television, right? The bad parts of their relationship are the unhappy parts
correct.
until a lot of times after they've left. So when there are highlights in the relationship, then that's what they let the public know. That's what
Correct.
they let the family know. That's what they let social media know. But if there's something really wrong, she would have never got up there. She probably would have never went to the show. It was clearly something's going on where it's deeply aching her so bad, and it's more than just that you decide to get on one of the most popular relationship shows in the country and stand in front of an audience where you know it's going to hit millions of people, sit there on a mic with several people that are going to straight slay you, and you know it, right?
Exactly.
Something has to be seriously wrong to do that.
It's a brain surgery, like the girl said. She's not thinking clearly. She's
No.
not well.
I hope he
She's
left.
not
I hope
well.
he
He
back
needs
to
to.
stuff,
He's
and I
dodging a
hope he
bullet.
left. I hope he
What you
left
say,
after that
Debra?
show. I hope he left. I
I
hope he
hope he
packed
left
his
too.
things
I
and
really
left.
do. I
One,
really do.
two,
I hope he's
three,
like, girl, you
release.
don't deserve me.
He's been released. That's it.
Release.
I hope
Okay,
he left
y'all.
too so he can go find a job and take care of himself.
Okay, so here's what I want. One of y'all to find a black fact because Anonymous made a suggestion that we talk about, but I'm gonna let you guys find one while I read these stats. All right, y'all ready? Research shows
Mhm.
that social media increases spending habits. Okay, here we go. Research shows that social media increases spending habits because people feel pressured to keep up. Many consumers admit they've bought things that they couldn't afford just to maintain an image. I feel like people do that in relationship on social media as well. I feel like they do that in partnership on social media as well. Just project things that are not real because the internet is not a real place. All right. Studies show that serious illness is one of the top stress tests for relationships. And many couples don't survive major health crises due to emotional and financial pressure. So if somebody's taking care of you and it stresses them out and they still take care of you, I would say it's love, but Yolanda says he's a hobo. All right, next, medical bill, medical debt is still one of the biggest causes of financial instability in America. Many families dealing with surgery and recovery can rack up to thousands, tens of thousands, thousands of tens of thousands, rack up thousands to tens of thousands of dollars unexpectedly. Relationships experts report that the lack of appreciation is one of the most common complaints in long term partnerships, especially after one partner feels like they have carried the emotional load. I want the young man to come on our show because whatever she be talking about, I know what she's like. I want the young man to come and tell me about your emotional burdens that you've had to carry with this young lady who would get on the internet after you took care of her and embarrassed you and said, take me on dates, but he took care of me though. Surveys consistently show that money is one of the top causes of arguments in relationships, especially when one person expects spending to equal love. I gotta wind it down, but I promise we could probably talk about this all day. I'm gonna get into final thoughts and then we have a black fact. Who got the black fact? Hand.
Girl.
There we go.
Yes,
Thank you, Debra.
go.
Thank you for following directions, Debra. I can't, these
My
other
black fact is
unruly
too.
queens on this podcast.
You don't want to hear my black fact. I got to tell you behind the scenes because it's too graphic for the audience.
Okay. All right. I don't need that black fact. All right. So let's go to the final thoughts, and then Debra, I'll swing back around to your black fact. I'll start with you, Micah, because I know I can see it in your face that you got something to say. But my question to you is, which is more valuable, romance or sacrifice?
Oh gosh. I feel like sacrifice says more than romance does. There's, there's definitely that because romance is a performance and sacrifice is actual action. And I think that my thought on honestly everything is, to be honest with you, we've all been taught and conditioned how to love incorrectly, right? So when I say that, we have been taught and conditioned to outsource our comfort to outside parties. We don't know how to self-regulate. So when you talk about like, oh, people are spending a lot thanks to, social media to try to keep up appearances, what they're actually investing in is soothing, right? Like I said, my love language is provision. Well, why do I want somebody to provide? Because that's what makes me feel comfortable. Well, what if I already felt that sense of comfort? I'd already taken care of that myself. Maybe the conversation would be different. And we do not necessarily know how to do that, like as men and women. So
I love that. And where can people find you?
oh my goodness. You guys can find me on every single social media platform at Micah the Creator with a K. And if you were interested in learning artificial intelligence from me, you can try a 7-day free trial at AIEmpireSociety.com, or you can go over to herpayday.com.
All right, I don't even have my, you know what? Herpayday.com. Y'all, Herpayday, Her payday.com. Make sure you check out Micah. Contrary to, I love Micah. I love her thoughts. I love how she thinks. She is such a powerful sister and one of my sisters. So make sure that you follow Micah and go to herpayday.com. Yolanda, I'm listening. Now, I have a question for you. So, if you were giving her advice, what would your advice be? If this was your younger sister, what would you have told her?
As far as the situation with the young lady,
if that was your sister, what would you tell her?
I would tell her to leave the relationship because obviously he's not fulfilling her needs. Obviously, she wants more. And she should get more if that's what she so desire. But I will also caution her and let her know that this man was in her corner and he does love her to a certain extent. And that she should really look at the good that he has done for her and see if it outweighs him not taking her, out to dinners and things like that. See what has more value to you, little sister? What has more value to you? Him taking care of you because you know the quality of the man that you have. He's a carer, he's a nurturer, he's a lover. Or you want it for the showboat, dinners, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Who knows? So I would tell my little sister to look at that value and also to leave because he's obviously not fulfilling her needs. Yeah.
And
ain't no romance without finance. Okay.
Where can people find you, Yolanda?
Yeah, people can find me at mwhitney.com. Let me not be old and go www.
Please don't.
Okay.
www.
Yes, I am an insurance agent. Please look me up. mwhitney.com. I'm across all the platforms, y'all. If y'all need anything insured, even your pinky toe, I can do it. We got you. It's Insure Your Love Month. So if you need some life insurance, we are doing that. And just hook, holla.
Please holler at Yolanda.
Yes.
My insurer. She's my insurer.
Yes,
So
I am.
love Yolanda. Okay. Debra, what say you? No, you know what? Let me ask you a question too. Um, how do couples rebuild intimacy after trauma or recovery?
First of all, I want to say you gotta have a job if you want to be with me. No, thank you, Yolanda. Yolanda started, but it's having trust.
Unruly, I tell you. Go ahead.
You got to have trust in each other. You got to want to make the relationship work. You got to want to put the work in to build the intimacy back up. You can do it. If you really want it, you can do it. You go through therapy, individual therapy, because there's probably some trauma in each person. And then coming together, you probably have created some new trauma. So, you just go through the process if you truly want to be together, and, writing things out, journaling, and doing things that makes it work as an individual and as a couple, because there's going to be some things that he doesn't like to do that you like to do, and you got to compromise. You really do. You have to compromise. So that's the only way that you're going to rebuild it, or either just leave. That's not a bad thing either. Just leave for your own well-being. We want you to be healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Yeah, where can people find you, Debra?
You can find me on YouTube as Debra Will Win. That's where I'm at. And I'm in these comments on Fly Nubian Money.
Indeed. I love me some Debra. I'll say this. A couple years ago, Dr. Boyce and I produced a series called what was it called? For Better or for Worse? Something like that. Like a love documentary, right? Um and basically I got to interview 6 Black couples that had been married for 30 years plus. And there were three of the couples had been married for 35 years plus, and a couple were just like 34 and 33, like under 30, right? I'm sorry, just over 30, 32, 33. But everybody had been married for at least like 30 to 45 years. And what I learned from those 6 couples was that I love what Black Lexicon says in the comments about the lean years. And although this couple does not apply, I think that they had the makings for, right, the sacrifice for it. If the man is going to sacrifice for you, that means that he loves you, even if he doesn't have a job, even if he doesn't have, he has there's some moments in their journey where he doesn't have this, or he can't take her out, or he can't, there's a season he can take her out. I heard all of that. I heard all of that. I heard couples being unhappy for 5 years, right? Before they walked into the bliss of the rest of their lives. I heard all types of stories. We fought, we cussed each other out. There was some physical, but like she was like, I punched him in the face. I said, oh my God. My point is they went through all kinds of up and down, and it sounds beautiful, and some moments sound really ugly. And I think that if you have the baseline of a man who is willing to, there's a certain kind of man that I think that you keep that like fits into that mold. Like there's a certain character type, there's a certain personality of a man. And I'm saying this young man has that. A man that'll be like, whatever, I'm gonna wipe your ass. Like that he has the foundation of a good man. Now, if they're both around 23, 24, they got to grow into a lot of things, right? Everything won't be perfect, but I think too often we get on this internet and be like, I'm not happy. I mean, happiness is just so important because I just got to be happy. And I don't think you make you happy. The reality of you make you happy. If you're not satisfied, you looking over and saying, you don't satisfy me. You don't satisfy you. He's a reflection of you. So I hear all of it, but I think this young lady is projecting, She is talking to herself. She is talking to whatever her dissatisfaction is with her, and it's not necessarily with him. He's just catching that stray. But I just say this: it's not going to be perfect. We gotta look inside ourselves. We gotta make ourselves happy. We gotta then understand that our partners are just enhancements of us. Like they're there to enhance, they're there, but ultimately, like, our happiness is an inside job. So I say he dodged a bullet. And I say that if she does leave, he dodged a bullet. That's a good man. He has the makings of a good man in what I saw in that documentary. So I'll just say that um it's ugly sometimes. It's ugly, it's beautiful, it's all of the things. So just if you can learn, like Black Lexicon said, the lean years, the lean when it's lean, you got to figure out what to do when it's lean. You can't go on dates. All right. She's not mature enough to even see that. It's like, let's just be romantic at the crib. Light some candles, do the thing. If we don't have jobs, or if I don't have a job, or he doesn't have a job, or he doesn't have the extra money, because maybe he has a job, but he just don't have the extra money to take your ass to Roof Chris. Or, in this times, like, it's like, you can't take me to Cheesecake Factory. It got to be Ruth Chris or Nobu or whatever. So I can go on. If you are looking for me, I'm at Miss Black Hollywood across all platforms. I am doing a podcast incubator on the 20. Micah, you know what? I'm pushing it. Actually, no. You know what? I'm not gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all about it soon.
Okay.
Because I'm switching the dates around. But basically, I'll just tell you, if you are interested in telling your story, if you are interested in clarifying your story, I want to help you do that. Go to missblackhollywood.net, and let's talk about ways that we can help you put that story together, whether it's for speaking engagements. If you want to be a podcaster, I want to help you do that. Tell your story. All right, we got to get out of here. I've been talking, you've all been talking, we got to go. But Debra, real quick, what's this black fact for the day?
Okay, so we have Patricia Bath. Patricia Bath was born in 1942, November 4th, 1942. She passed away May 30th, 2019. She was an American ophthalmologist and humanitarian. She became the first female member of the Jules Stein Eye Institute. She's the first woman to lead a postgraduate training program in ophthalmology, and she's the first woman elected to the honorary staff of the UCLA Medical Center. Bath was also the first African American woman to serve as a resident in ophthalmology at New York University Hospital. And she's also the first African American woman to receive a patent, not one, not two, not three, but 5 patents on doing ophthalmology surgeries. So she was into the surgeries to do correct vision so people would not go blind. And that's our Black fact for today.
Come on, Patricia.
Yes.
Patricia, I never heard of her before. Y'all, I don't know if y'all can agree, but I have been so proud of the internet this Black History Month. Like, when I get on the internet, it's like crazy how much great news for Black people is on there. Like, y'all making videos, y'all doing the things. Like, I'm just seeing people do a lot of amazing things every time it's up and down my timeline. I don't know if you guys are experiencing that. Do y'all agree? Does this it feels like really blackety black on the internet this month?
Yeah.
Is that just me?
Yes. No,
It's
right.
Man, I was like, man, y'all making me proud to be Black. Everything that is of substance, Black people have had their hand on, and I absolutely love that. And being
We are the
reminded that
creators.
I don't think that our history will be able to be erased with
No.
if we keep going like if we keep showing out like this. I don't think they'll be able to do it. All right, I gotta get these lovely ladies up out of here. I could talk to them all day long. We are over our time. We appreciate you so much for watching us here at Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money. If you're interested in joining us, interested in joining us every day and you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and share with your family, share with your mama, share with your family, so they can also get into what we're doing over here. And so text Queens to 87948. That's Queens to 87948. All right. And yeah, so this conversation really comes down to one question. How do you define love? Is it flowers? Is it dates? Or is it a person that stays with you when all things fall apart? Because romance matters, effort matters, feeling desired matters, but consistency matters too. Loyalty matters. Sacrifice matters. So hopefully today's conversation makes you think about what people are really asking for and what they're willing to offer in return. Thank you so much, Queens, for joining us. Micah, Debra, Yolanda. I hope that you all enjoyed it. Y'all, it's the weekend. Have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next Monday here on Fly Nubian Money. We love y'all. We'll see you
Love
soon.
y'all.
Bye.